Shooters Connection offers products for competition shooters by competition shooters. With over 80 years of combined competition shooting experience, Shooters Connection is staffed by master and grandmaster shooters who live the shooting sports every day. We offer same-day shipping. Shooters Connection also sponsors over 100 of your matches every single year. So when it comes to finding everything you need to compete as a beginner or a seasoned grandmaster, Shooters Connection is the only name you need to know. Online at shootersconnectionstore.com.
What is up? This is the Hit Factor with Mr. Jeff Cawthon, who is finally back among the living, even though he'll probably cough into his microphone several times tonight. But he is finally like, are you done with the antibiotics and like you're not like the sick kid anymore?
No, I'm actually still on antibiotics, but
Oh geez.
just because I have to be, right? Just because you have to like finish the round.
I mean,
so
if you
don't go-
self-prescribe them, do you really have to finish them out?
I didn't self-prescribe.
No?
No, I didn't. I went to the doctor, got antibiotics. But I'm just finishing them because that's what you do, or that's what I thought you were supposed to do. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, my wife would tell you that you need to do that.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So yeah, Timmy the little sick boy is no longer Timmy the sick boy.
Yeah, dude, it's been like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 weeks, something like that I just been sick with something. Anyway,
That is
we're back.
pathetic.
I know.
That's pathetic, bro. Like,
yeah.
Do you have any conditioning left at all? Or is it all gone?
I would say I feel like it's right there. Like, no, I don't have it right now. But I feel like a couple of workouts where I actually went for it and I would be right there.
Okay.
But like mentally, and I was saying this in the Discord this morning, I think, it's hard for me to go there because I did that group workout a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it took me like 15 or somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes probably to catch my breath after the workout. And so I just like after the workout, which was a 15-minute workout, I just suffered for like another 15 minutes. Just couldn't catch my breath. And so since that workout, like it's been pretty tough for me mentally to try to like make myself do that again.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, so I mean, I imagine when I do it again, it won't be that bad because there's not like a bunch of phlegm in my lungs and stuff. But
yeah.
Anyway,
that'll probably help.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're back among the living. For the most part. We are like full on off season now. Like the world shoot's over. There's nothing going on shooting related, so it's just full on off season. And yeah, like.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some questions for what do we do during the off season. One guy asked, how do you approach your time off? Shoot a little, stay in the game, put the guns up completely, or dry fire. I mean, I've been in the off season since Area 3.
Yeah.
So I haven't shot since Area 3, and I have not dry fired since then, nor have I shot. I am really getting the itch to go shoot. It's like I don't like being in the off season quite that early. And I'm really wanting to like go shoot. And so now the weather's, you really just have to try to pick your day. It's not like you can just, hey, I'm going to go shoot. And then I happen to be free from work for a couple hours so I can go shoot. Like you kind of got to pick your days to do it. But so my goal, I do have the Caribbean Open coming up like the first week of February. So that's really not that far away. It's like 6 weeks away. And
Yeah, that's nuts.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like it's really not that far. But so I'm gonna try to get in one or two practice sessions before like the end of the year. Um, I call them say it practice sessions. I'm gonna get the gun on, put the belt on, and go out and just shoot. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna just go shoot. No goals, no anything like that. Just go shoot and have fun. Uh, Maybe do just like stuff like just go as fast as you can, just because it's fun to just go fast and rip splits.
Right.
Uh,
That match is
and that
still
sort of thing.
open, actually.
Can you get a spot?
There's 5 spots open right now.
There you go. Come shoot it.
Man, that would be cool.
It's gonna be a fun match.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't rain. We're going. So the wife is going with me. Bob Crow and his wife Billy are going, and Nils and Jessica are going. Um, and we're gonna be there for like almost a week. Well, I mean, we're gonna be there for 7. I think I have 7 nights in the hotel.
Yeah.
So it's really, which has been like the match is like really just secondary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just so that the wives can go and have a cool trip for a match rather than going to Grand Island, Nebraska for a match. So yeah, it'll be fun. I have been messing with. I just got a new toy that I have wanted. I think I've talked about it on this that I want one, and I finally just I had all this hat money, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I didn't actually use the hat money, but because I don't have that much hat money.
all the hat money.
All the hat money. I got me a Bergara precision bolt action 22, and
Okay.
got it kind of decked out, ready to go. And I finally had a little bit of time Saturday and shot just a little bit with it. And man, that's going to be a ton of fun. Trying to stretch out, see how far you can shoot a 22 and still hit stuff. No recoil. It's just
you gonna
fun.
do some of those like precision 22 matches? Have you seen those?
Yeah, so there's NRL 22, which is it's cool. It's basically a postal match, and NRL sends out every month. They send out to all the clubs like stage descriptions, and and in order to be like an NRL club, like you have to buy like they give you a set list of steel that you have to buy, and you can go to one of their vendors, and it's like $400 something for an NRL 22 set of steel, and then you have to go to Home Depot and buy certain amount of lumber and build a few like barricades and props to shoot off of. And I think you have to have like a ladder or something like that. And then basically with that amount of props and stuff, NRL comes out with a different match every month, not every week, it's every month, kind of like our classifiers, but I think it's a 4-stage match, up to 100 yards. So a range has to have 100 yards, and then your scores are submitted nationally, and you get to see like every month how you rank nationally. And I believe that's how they determine who gets to shoot nationals. So they kind of use like the year accumulation of like how you perform there is kind of how you get to go to nationals to compete. And that's just, I haven't like that's an outsider's, like somebody may come and correct me and say, no, that's none of that's right. But I think that's kind of how they do it. So I know there's a club about 80 miles from me. It's about an hour and a half drive, that they're doing some. And so I may get a buddy and drive out there and shoot some of those. I don't know if I will do any like affiliated matches at my range, but I want to go check it out and try a couple matches and see if I like it. And then I may set up and just run some just precision 22 matches just here at the range near my house.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is like you can do like, even if you were doing the NRL deal with their official stuff, you can have bonus stages. and so it'd be kind of have like a precision rifle part of a stage, and then you have to transition to a 22 pistol of some kind and shoot like a steel challenge type stage or something like that. I don't know.
Hmm.
Could be kind of fun to kind of mess with stuff and mix and match some of those skills, which would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. That would
But
be cool.
it's a ton of fun. I've always enjoyed shooting 22s. Like that has always just been a ton of fun. When I first started shooting, that was back when like 22 ammo was still fairly available. Like you could still get it decently, and it's not too bad. You can get it now, but it wasn't super expensive. You could get it. Uh, Ammo for me at the time was expensive, and so me and my buddy, like we spent a lot. Like we would rotate. Like one practice session would just be 22s. Then the next
Really?
practice session we'd do center fire. Then one practice session would be 22s. And I think there was some value. Like there's some value in it. It's kind of like dry fire. It's like dry fire with, but you get to see, like you're not just looking at the site. Like you're not just reading your sites for results. You get to see the actual results, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Um,
Right. Yeah.
so it's pretty cool. There's always kind of the challenge of getting 22 pistols to cycle and run. Like that's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
kind of a bit of an issue, especially if you're trying to get it in a platform like what you shoot. Like I had a Kimber conversion kit, which
Oh
just
my
goes on
goodness.
top of a. I know. Those Kimber
Oh.
conversion kits were pretty good, um, and I had it. I could make it run pretty as long as the ammo went off, the gun would cycle and run
Dude, the
really well.
level of shit that you're gonna get for saying that, it's gonna be amazing.
That's all right. I'm not scared. Their little 22 conversion kits are halfway decent and pretty accurate. It's been a long time since I've busted that out and shot it. I need to get it out again. That was back when I was shooting like all black sights, and I'm pretty sure like I cut the front sight on that down to like 85 or 90 thousandth width. Like it's like
Yeah.
super narrow,
Hmm.
and it's awesome. I mean, it's as far as just shooting it, like it's awesome.
There's been a couple of guys local to me that have had the 22 conversion kits for 1911s.
Yeah.
None of them have really worked great.
No.
No. Like we should shoot like steel challenge stuff. But
Yeah.
they like it might be good for like one match sometimes, but most of the time they'll have failures every time.
Yeah, and it 22 like that stuff really comes down to like what ammo are you feeding it? Like
Mhm.
like
Yeah, it's so weird, right?
you can't be feeding it like just bulk Thunderbolt. Like that's not going to work real well.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
if you buy like the CCI Stinger something like
Mhm.
that, then that usually will cycle that stuff pretty well.
What's the other CCI has like they have several like specialty
Oh, they have tons. Yeah.
2022 rounds. It was like the mini mags.
The Mini Mag's like the most popular one.
Yeah,
Like
and
it
there
runs like
was
1022s and it'll run that stuff
yeah.
all
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, those were the shit around here.
Yeah. Yeah, Federal had some like it was called Federal Lightning back then. I don't know if they still have it, but it was kind of that. It was kind of lower grade CCI mini mag. Like it was hotter. Like it
Mhm.
ran faster, and so it would have enough zip to cycle
Yeah.
a slide decently well.
The ones we had pretty good luck with cuz I would shoot just the little the 2245 light
Hmm.
and we had really good
Yeah,
luck with the like I don't remember. They're like Aguila. They're Aguila, but they're like extra power or high power. But it's like a
hmm
lighter bullet. You know, it's like a
yeah,
I can't remember. It's like a 25 grain or 35 grain.
yeah,
And then, but yeah, they were extra power ones. So they're I think they were going. They were supposed to be going. I don't know, somewhere between 12 and 1400 maybe,
yeah.
something like
You
that.
were
But
running
we
in
had
like a Ruger 2245.
Yeah.
And see, those normally run pretty well. I've got
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 of those
they
things.
do. But we had them like tricked out with like comps and stuff, so they needed to be hot
You
to
put a
to run good.
you, that recoil was just that
Dude,
recoil was just too much for
bro,
Jeff's hands. We
bro,
got to put a comp on that
if you're
thing.
shoot no, if you're shooting steel challenge, you're putting a comp on it.
Are you?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Because have you shot one with a comp?
No, I've never felt the
It's pretty
need
fun.
like
It's pretty
for a
fun.
22. Do I need to put a comp on it?
Yeah, I mean it doesn't move. It doesn't move at all.
Well,
You barely feel it.
does it move without the comp?
I don't know. I've never shot it without a comp.
Oh, jeez.
I just bought it and put a comp on it, man.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's
And
that
then we
doesn't surprise me.
we put like the Chinese knockoff Seymours on them. You ever shot with those?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so you get them on eBay. They're like $30 or something like that. And they're
Like they're
like
designed for airsoft.
yeah, they are. But it's like the big Seymours, right? I don't know
Hmm. The
what are they
upright
called?
ones.
Yeah, the big ones that have like the long body
Yep.
and the like really round window, right? So you buy those and then you put a Seymour, like the real brand, module in it. And dude, it works amazing for like $50. You know, if there's a way to do it cheap, I'm gonna find it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only reason I had the light, which is the expensive one, right? Uh, was because I actually bought just a standard like bull barrel
Uh-huh.
on Gunbroker. And when I got it, the rail, like the holes that were drilled for the rail were misaligned, so I couldn't mount my rail. So I sent it to Ruger and they said they couldn't fix it and the gun was discontinued, so just pick another one. So I just got like a brand new 2245 light. Yeah, it's awesome for like $250 or something like that.
Yeah, I worked at Gander Mountain back when Gander Mountain was a thing. And every once in a while, people we'd have our there was like a used gun counter deal. I worked at the gun counter back then. This is before I built 1911s.
Mm-hmm.
And so people would come in and sell their stuff to the store, and then we would turn around and sell it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
anytime somebody brought in our manager was like they did not want us to they wanted us to buy those guns dirt cheap. So
Mm-hmm.
people would come in to get rid of a gun and they're basically just trying to get rid of it. And so it was we bought some of those things for like 80-90 bucks because that's what we'd offer the people. And we know we're giving a bad offer, but it's like, I don't really
Right.
have a choice in this. This is what they tell me to offer you.
Yep.
And so then it was basically a deal that then we could then buy it for like 10% over what
Oh,
we
nice.
bought it for. So I bought like 2 or 3 of those things for like $100.
Nice.
I don't even know how many of them I have actually. I know I have a few, and they're just fun to shoot. I can't wait till Declan's old enough
Mm-hmm.
to know that he won't shoot me in the head.
Right. Yeah, I want to avoid that if you can.
Yeah, for the most part, I'd like to. So I really look forward to when him and Core are old enough to be able to shoot 22 pistols, and we'll get those in their hands, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll be awesome. I look
Yeah.
forward to that.
So, what was your first pistol that you shot,
First pistol that I shot.
or let's just say first gun that you shot that wasn't like a BB gun?
Would have been a 22 rifle. My dad had one. Oh, he had one. I know I know he hasn't sold it. I would actually really like to get it, and I don't remember the brand of it. It isn't older, but it was a single shot 22, and it was it was an exposed hammer, but you had to like there were like
Mm,
two hammers that you had to cock. It was like one you cocked
what?
that like cocked it, and then another one like was the safety almost. And so like you cocked one,
Hmm.
and it was the deal was cocked, but then you had to cock another one. I assumed like to raise the firing pin. Like I haven't shot it since I was like super young, so I don't. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
sound fairly ignorant about what I'm talking about because I haven't looked at it or shot it since I was probably 7.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but I don't. I have no idea if it shot well or anything like that. I just remember shooting it, and
Yeah.
I remember even then thinking, and I still think like that was just like a really cool. This is like old. It was probably
Yeah.
from the 50s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was probably like the first one that I just shot of my dad's. Um,
Right. You think he still has it?
I'm almost positive he still has that. And then he had the other one that I really liked. He had and I know he still has it. He had an octagonal barrel pump action 22. And I don't
Oh,
remember
nice.
the brand on it, but it was just like that octagonal barrel was just
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. And then like a pump action, which is like a pump action 22 is super fun.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, I that's another one that I would like to get from him. There's not a whole lot of guns that I want to necessarily want of his,
Mm-hmm.
because I have a better collection. Like guns are what I do for a living, so it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense that I have a better collection at this point. But those are a
Right.
couple that I would love to get my hands on. I got my own pump action when I was working at Gander then too. I got my own pump action. It's like a Remington Fieldmaster, uh, and just pump action 22s are fun. Like
They're cool.
they're just fun. Like going out to shoot rabbits with them
Mm-hmm.
is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
First handgun I owned was a Ruger single six. And I put a ton of rounds through that thing. I don't know how many rounds I shot through that, shooting turtles and stuff like that at the ranch. Shot a lot of rounds
Right.
through that thing.
That's pretty cool.
Do you remember the first gun you shot?
Rifles. It would have been 22 rifle, and it's one I still have it. It's one that my grandpa. I don't know if he bought it broken or somebody got rid of it broken, but it's a little bolt action single shot. Like you put the bullet directly into the chamber and then close
Yep.
it. Um, and I guess the bolt was broken off or something. So, and my grandpa was a welder, brazier. He worked on pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And so he brazed a brass bolt onto it. So yeah, it's a brass bolt 22 rifle. It's pretty unique.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, he did it for my uncle when he was a kid, and then he shot it like his whole life, and then he gave it to me. So it's pretty old. It's pretty heavy. It's very unique. But that was probably the first one I shot, and I still have it. Pretty special gun.
Is that gonna be like the first one that Thea shoots?
Yeah, it would probably be a good one since it doesn't like move when you shoot it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just set it up on a bench and
Yeah.
point it at a berm and let her pull the trigger.
Yep, and it's just iron sights. It's never had any glass or anything on it,
Yeah.
so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that's cool.
Pistols, man, that's tough. It might just be the pistol that I bought when I was like 23.
Oh, really? No experience before that?
Uh, I mean, maybe shooting a buddy's like 22 or something, you
Yeah.
know, or maybe yeah, I don't remember so much. I did borrow a Smith and Wesson. No, this was probably it because I was going to take the concealed carry class, right? I was thinking about
Mm-hmm.
concealed carry class before I even knew how to shoot a pistol, which is probably what most people do.
Yeah.
And I borrowed a 40 Smith and Wesson. It was the SDVE or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know those. We sold a
Yeah.
ton of them.
Yeah, it
They're
was a
terrible.
full
The
size. Yeah, it
Sigma.
was full size 40 Smith and Wesson pistol, and me and my buddy took it down on the river and shot some stuff, and we couldn't hit shit with it. And I was like, "Damn, shooting pistols is hard." Uh, and then I went and took the class with that, and like barely pulled a group on the paper at like 5 feet away, and yeah, so that was probably the. And then I went and bought a Ruger SR9 compact. Yeah.
And did you go down to the river and shoot a lot better with it?
I did, yeah. Actually, that gun was way more accurate. There's videos on YouTube of me shooting my first USPSA with that gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should link that into the show notes.
That I should. Yeah.
Jeff will look in the show notes. Jeff is going to link video to his first USPSA match with his Ruger SR9.
Yeah, there was two. I shot one in Oklahoma City, and then I shot one in Duncan. And like the one in Duncan, I'm running the course and like stopping and asking the guy questions, and then like keep shooting.
Did he actually answer you?
Yeah, I mean he was trying to get me to just go, but I like shot. We were doing. There was a okay. To be fair, there was a dueling tree in the
Oh
USPSA
gosh.
match. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I like shot it and it flipped around, and I stopped and I was like, "Does that count?" And he was like, "Go." Yeah, but yeah, there's a couple videos of me shooting the turtling out. Really dropping my head between my arms.
Oh, seriously? You were
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. Yep. Like my arms are completely straight too, just like.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
That is impressive stuff. I don't have I think maybe some of the oldest videos I have goes back to like double tap 10 years ago. I think those are probably some of the oldest videos I have.
Yeah.
Cuz that was back before that was back before everybody had iPhones. And everybody so like before everybody had like now people just video on their iPhones. You didn't or people have these first person shooter point of views like GoPros or whatever they're putting on their hats. Dude,
Yeah.
back then everybody bought like camcorders. And
Right.
you had those that you carried around. So I had some sort of Kodak something that was basically the size of an iPhone, and all it did was record. And I have some videos from back then, but I don't have a ton. Like these guys that come into the sport now and they record literally everything. It baffles me it baffles me a little bit that you would go to like your first match and you would record it and then you would think, I want to post this on the internet for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, it was badass, dude.
Is that what you thought? You had video of it and you were like, dude, I am bad to the bone, and the world's got to see how good I am at this.
I think it was no. I think it was it was more the concept of I'm running around shooting stuff. This is like no one I've ever known has done this. Like this is not something anybody that I grew up with or knew had done this at any point. It's like I'm running around a course shooting bullets at things, and that was new. And I was like, I need to put this on the internet for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad at this point. I'm glad that you did.
Yeah.
It's got to be entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do. If I go out and shoot and it's 100% cold turkey, I don't know if I'll dry fire or not. Maybe if I go out and shoot, I'll record my cold run. Like I used to, like I did some last year, like my cold runs, like in a record, like my first run of the practice session. Maybe I'll do that, like 6 months off it hasn't been 6 months, but we're at 4 months at this point. 4 months off, and what does it look like first time out of the box?
Right.
Hopefully, I don't drop the gun on the ground. I don't know. Might have to
Yeah,
do that. That could be entertaining.
I'm sure. Sure. Yeah, there's pretty good documentation of my full come up in shooting all the way up to 2020, I guess. Yeah, probably like I did quite a bit of video like all the way up until I did really good at 2020 nationals, and then like after that I was like, yeah, I don't really care anymore. I'm not doing the video thing anymore. It's too much effort.
I mean, I haven't had match video much for a long time. I mean, every once in a while, like sometimes when Jeff and I are shooting matches together, like he records stuff
Yeah.
and I record some of his stuff, and I'm not necessarily paying attention, but
Yeah. Oh, don't
yeah,
get me wrong. I definitely appreciate it when I get video. I like to get video, but like I'm not gonna do the effort, honestly.
yeah, that's kind of where I get to, like as far as like trying to track somebody down and ask them to like hey, will you, like giving them my phone, hey, will you record me this stage, hey, will you record me this stage, hey, will you record me this stage, like I don't know. That part of it doesn't do a whole lot for me. It's probably a mistake. I mean, I will say that is a mistake, just because there's learning to be had by being able to see what you're doing from a third person view.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's probably a mistake that I don't record more. But yeah, as far as like recording and then posting it up everywhere, I'm a little less likely to do that, especially when I'm not finishing well.
Right. Yeah.
That that tends to make me
Yeah,
not want to post things.
I'll try to I'll find that video. It's not hard to find and put it in there. Everybody will get a kick
That
out of it. I've got quite a bit of hair and I shoot pretty funky, so
I can't wait.
yeah.
Uh, there was a question I was going to ask, but I forgot. Oh well. What else we got?
um Shooter's Connection. That's what we got.
Yes.
It's Shooter's Connection, folks. Sponsoring today's show. Go hit up Shooters Connection for all your Shooters Connection and shooting competitive needs this Christmas season. Go buy that special something special from Shooters Connection. They're doing same day shipping, so you'll probably get it before Christmas. You could even buy
That's
me
busting.
something. You could buy me something on there too if you wanted to. So yeah, thank you, Shooters Connection. I don't have a highlight um, item for this week. I forgot to get on there and find that special item. I like doing that, but I forgot to this week. So thank you, Shooters Connection.
I saw that they have a Tenfolio set up for production optics that has I think like an optics plate and everything all on it. And I think
That's right.
if I saw the ad right, like multiple optics plates, so like it'll fit a lot of the popular optics out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what this screenshot here is that Potato put in the Discord. Said it allows the use of different type of scope. And I think they were saying this was a translation from Italian, possibly, maybe a Google translation. Who knows?
Quite
But yeah,
possibly.
it sounds like it has possibly different plates or many different mounting configurations. So yeah, they got the stock twos. Are stock twos still hotness?
Dude, I don't know. Like I don't see, like I don't know why they have gone out of favor. Like I don't know if it became an availability issue with them or what, or the fact that Ben like stopped shooting matches, even pre-ban Ben,
No.
like he stopped shooting matches, and so
Yeah.
like does he have did he have that big of an influence on the American market? I mean, I think he did have a big influence on it.
Yeah. Well, they're
So
cool
like,
guns. I mean,
I don't
they
know.
got like they get the thick ass barrel, right? That's the like bull
Yeah.
barrel model.
Yep.
They're a smidge shorter. Like they're not quite a 5-inch barrel. I think they're 4.5
Right.
or 4 3/4, something like that.
Right.
Cool guns though.
Yeah. Super cool guns. And they were. I have no idea what they're running now, but they were cheap. Like they were cheaper than like a CZ Stock 2.
Yeah.
And and I mean the Stock 2 kind of came out and was like it really like you had the CZ Shadows, and that was kind of the hotness for production, and then the Stock 2s became more available and more known, and those were better than the Shadows. I mean, from shooting with people that shot with both of them quite a bit, like the Tanfos were better than the Shadows. And the thing that the Tanfos do is that like the Shadows, on the Shadow, the grip goes all the way to the base of the gun, and so that magwell is minus the width of the grips. On the Stock 2s, the grips don't go, they're like a 1/4 inch short of the bottom, and the actual frame is the width of the grip there. So then your magwell is actually wider on the Stock 2s. So in a low capacity division where you got to do lots of loads, to me, like the Stock 2 actually has a pretty good advantage over the Shadow 2, just from the reload standpoint. But I mean, I think you can overcome it either way, and they're both good guns, both quite viable. I would have I mean, the Stock 2 is a really cool gun. I actually really like those guns. I think I'd have a tough time not shooting. I think I'd have a tough time shooting a Shadow 2 over a Stock 2, though. If I was gonna shoot a nickel plated sissy pistol.
Oh yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan of the nickel plated sissy pistols.
They are fun to shoot.
Like my stainless 1911. I love it.
Hey, that's not a sissy pistol.
But it's, I mean, okay.
It's a 1911. It can't be a sissy pistol.
Thanks for ushering in this topic, Jeremy. Okay. 1911. We don't exactly know what match yet, but we are all going to show up and shoot a single stack at some match somewhere, probably in the middle of the summer, between July and September, probably.
Area 3?
I don't know. I just said we don't know the match yet. But if you think that's something you might be interested in, start getting geared up. Start getting your stuff together. Start getting in that mental space, because we're going to flood one of these matches around probably the middle of the country, and we're all going to show up and shoot single stack and just freaking blow the single stack list up. That's the plan anyway.
That would be awesome if there was like a random match. I mean, I don't think we can get like 100 people so that we have more shooters than carry optics, but it would be cool if it was like open carry optics and then single stack was like the next biggest division.
Yeah, I think that's possible. That's probably possible, unless they launch limited optics, and then that's the new hotness and everybody goes over there,
Oh, yeah. You had to bring that up.
Anyway, yeah, so be gearing up your single stacks. There's already people gearing up in the Discord. I'm obviously gearing up because that's what I'm going to be shooting probably from now until I quit the sport, whenever that may be. I don't really plan on shooting anything else.
I like it. But we should warn you, before you go out and gear up for this, just be forewarned. If you do, and you get you a single stack gun, like there's a really good chance that you're going to want to give up whatever division you're shooting to start shooting single stack full time, because it's just
Possibly.
baller. Like the single stack is just more fun and it's cooler, and so just know that's a high possibility.
You think people
I
believe you?
They don't have to, like they can just wait and experience. They can be doubters and they can experience it for themselves.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't mind that, but
Yeah.
that's just the truth of the matter.
I mean, I like 1911s more than any other gun, but I'm not sure how much of that is how awesome the 1911 is, or how much of it is I spent the majority of my shooting career learning on the 1911, so it's what feels the best.
Oh, it has nothing to do with you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks for clearing that up.
yeah. Just we can. Yeah, I can clear that up nice and easy. I halfway
Yeah.
wish I had the time that like 2 months out, I could offer like 2 weeks, just take 2 shop weeks and say, if you have 1911, I'll do reliability packages for like the next 2 weeks. So just send me as many guns as possible and just pump
There you
out
go.
reliability packages. I'm
Hey,
not offering that.
it sounds like you just did it. It
I
sounds
just
like you just
wish,
did it.
I wish I could offer that.
So, folks, whenever we decide the match, you'll know 4 weeks out from that match will be the window that you can send your gun to Jeremy for a workover, and he'll just
You want to
freaking
come?
tune.
You want to
He'll,
come work in my shop and help me?
yeah, people want me working on their guns. That's a good one,
I'll teach you once, and then I'll just turn you loose on the mill. Say,
right?
turn this on.
Yeah, I think if you
You'll be
did that,
fine.
we wouldn't have to worry about any guns showing up. If people knew that was what was gonna happen. Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
that is the plan as far as shooting a match. We're gonna pick one. Hopefully, we'll figure it out soon. Someone we actually have to commit to a match, but we haven't done that yet. But it'll
yeah,
be
we don't. We
someone
just
in the
don't
middle of
have
summer.
the calendar yet, right? Like we don't know what matches are totally going
Yeah.
on at this point. So that's kind of the biggest hurdle right now is figuring out which matches. I mean, like you always have like a guy
Mhm.
sent me a private message suggesting Leif's match, his
Yeah.
uh, his low cap
Hmm.
match,
Yeah.
and that's a great suggestion. That's a match that I want to shoot, but it somewhat defeats the purpose that like we want a match that's like there's already going to be a bunch of single stack shooters there. We kind of want it to be just a random match that all of a sudden there's like 3 times as many single stack shooters as normal at that match.
Yeah, that would be more fun to just kind of like confuse everybody. Like,
Yeah, like what in
why
the
is
world is
this
happening here?
happening?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. That would make it more fun.
we might even have some special edition single stack hats for that match.
All right, you're
Reduced
pushing it
rate,
now.
no shipping cost, because then I could deliver them to the match. Hey,
Right.
hey, we could get rid of we could
Hey, hey.
and then we could have like we could have what we could do is we could get the hats that have Velcro on the front, and we could just place like if we know that there's going to be like 25 Discord shooters there, we can have first through 25th just numbers that go on their Velcro, and that's how they place within the Discord, and that's their ranking for the year.
Yeah, you can get people walking around wearing a 22, 23, 23, 24
Yeah,
right here.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't
I love
see
it.
I don't
I
see any
love it.
problem with that.
I love it.
Or we
So
can just
sign
write
up
on
for
their
that.
hat with a Sharpie. Yeah, so
Mhm.
find a match, help us pick a match, and yeah, like Jeff said, be gearing up
Yeah,
because it'll
definitely
be
be
fun.
getting ready. Yeah. All right, so let's tackle some questions here
Hey, I have a question. I have a question.
for
What
me.
is Discord Lite? Like, am I doing something wrong on the
Okay.
Discord that like
All
I'm?
right,
Am I?
I'm about to blow some people's minds here. So, I'm probably in both directions, but so Jeremy doesn't know what dark mode is. Like on a computer, And so he uses Discord in light mode, right?
Well, I only use Discord on my phone. Like I'm
Right.
never on a
Yeah.
computer on Discord.
Okay. Okay, Jeremy. This is what my Discord. Oh, that's a picture. This is what my Discord looks like.
Okay.
It's dark. It's not white. The
Yeah.
background. That's
Okay.
called dark mode. And you can do that on like most things on your computer. And a lot of people use dark mode, especially for Discord. I think like everybody uses dark mode on Discord. That's the main thing. That's why yours is so absurd,
What?
because you're
Okay.
using
One,
white
I don't know
light,
how. I don't know.
whatever.
Well, I don't know how to put it on dark mode. And two, like, what difference does it make if it's in dark mode?
I'm just telling you, this like the main thing is that you didn't know what dark mode was. That's the main thing.
I, I
It's
like. How do you put it in dark
oh
mode?
wait. Yeah, that brings us to the Patreon shout out here, which is from our our sole contributor, Billy McScrublord. He said, "Shout out to Jeremy for using Discord in light mode. I knew something felt off about this guy, heathen." And there's about 1 million emojis in that conversation, in that line there.
I'm looking for dark mode. Well, okay, so when he said that, I was thinking like he said he's using Discord Lite. I was thinking like light as in like I was using a lesser version. Like there was a
Right,
version of Discord that had more to it. And that was
right.
like that's what I was like, am I missing out on something here?
Which just makes it that much better.
I'm sure it does, and people are laughing at how much of a boomer I am, and it's a little sad how quickly I've turned into a boomer. But I still can't figure out how to. Hey, we haven't banned anybody yet on Discord. That's sad. How do I change it to light? I mean to dark.
I'm not telling you.
No, I'm gonna have to Google it.
You'll figure it out. Anyway,
Oh
so
well,
there's our shout out, and there's also the roasting of Jeremy for not even knowing what dark mode was. That's the most amazing thing.
I don't understand why you need it, but okay.
Yeah, fair, I guess. So
Whatever you say.
generally when we start recording, I'll put something in the Discord, say, "Hey, we're about to record. What's going on? What's on your mind? What should we talk about?" We do have a long list of questions, but it's kind of more fun to sometimes just talk about what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
So Tanfo Timmy in here saying he's thinking about the gun he's going to be shooting for limited optics
Mm.
and reloading. You going to shoot limited optics, Jeremy?
Negative.
Negative.
No.
Do you think limited optics will blow up like carry optics?
Well, I don't. Are they making it a major division,
Dude, what else would it make? What do you mean?
or is it limited minor optics?
Wouldn't that just be carry optics?
Well, isn't it just carry optics anyway? Like, what's the difference
But it's
in
major.
limited?
It's like what if it was minor? Like what would change? Nothing would
Who is
change.
who is asking for a major division right now? Like, who's
It's
asking for
it's got to be major because nothing would change if it were minor. It would literally be the exact same division.
it? It already is. Like like it is the same. It's just open. Like what? Like it's the
I think it is
dumbest thing
going
in
to
the world.
be I think it is it's going to be like you can shoot major. Well,
Okay,
they'll
so
probably also let single action guns in there. So there you go. That'll be the difference.
so we have steel framed guns in minor destroy dots. Like they just eat dots like candy right now. So we're gonna. It's a good. So then we're gonna now then have steel framed guns with slide ride dots shooting major because That's gonna be that division's gonna take off, man. People
I
are
mean,
really they're gonna love buying a $600 dot every 1,000 rounds.
this is all like speculation because I have no idea what they're actually proposing, but I wasn't really planning on getting into actually what it was.
The only thing that I have faith in and that what they're proposing is that it will be stupid. That is the only thing that I have faith in,
Mhm.
and it's just gonna be absolutely ignorant.
Damn, Jeremy, you're so positive.
I am
I, lo-
positive.
I love your vibe.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't plan on shooting that.
And then, yeah, I don't either. Um, though, hold up, though. I could put an optic on my single stack. Do you think they'll let 170 millimeter mags in that division?
If it's limited optics, then yeah,
Limited optics, so I could shoot a single stack with a slide ride, freaking
170.
170s.
Yeah,
I mean, I might do that once or twice.
you could probably get like 12 rounds into a 170 millimeter
Oh, you get more than
40.
that. You could probably get like 14 or 15.
No, I don't think you'd get 14 or 15.
You don't think so? I mean, dude, you can get 10 rounds into a standard mag.
Yeah, but it's still but I
So
don't know
like
that
a
you get four,
140, you could probably get 12 in a 140. Easy.
maybe
I don't know.
140 is not that much longer than what we're using.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Billy says, please talk about Jeremy and his eye cancer Discord themed screenshot. Oh God.
Hey, it's okay, Billy. I'm old. Like, you don't have to beat me up. I'm gonna cry.
Okay, USPSA is fun. Uh, has asked why Yeeman hasn't done a single weekly update that he said he would do during his campaign, and he's been in office for 11 weeks.
I mean, that's a good question. Uh, I
It
don't know what to
seems
say.
like unkept promises, man. Unkept
I uh,
promises.
I think it's a microcosm of what we see in our regular politicians. We just it's that's what to me that is what's funny about like the board and all these people that like get in these positions, like especially for a far right wing uh, organization. I would
Mm-hmm.
assume that we're mostly everybody in this is pretty far right wing, um, or at least maybe not far right wing. That might be too extreme, but
I would say it's definitely fair. Like the people on the board, yeah, I would say they
but
are far right wing.
but their behavior is so far left wing. Like it mirrors like the behavior that we see from liberals so much. Like that it's just it's to me it's comical. Like the people that they will espouse that they just can't stand and they hate, and they literally are just like when they're put in a leadership position, they just act the exact same way, and I just find that funny.
Hmm. So maybe it has nothing to do with left or right. Maybe it's just something else. I don't even know what you call it.
Oh, you give a person, a human being, power, and it
Power,
was
yeah.
and like what is it? What is the? I can't.
Power attracts corruption.
Oh, but the ultimate power corrupts ultimately, or something like. Basically, there's a quote from a movie. I
Mm.
almost want to say it's
We know
Batman.
we know you're good at quotes from
Is it
movies. So.
is it Batman like the Dark Knight? Like is that
Mm.
it when he's talking like they talk about power and like how power corrupts them? I don't know. I can't remember.
With wait, is it with great power comes great responsibility?
No, it's not. It's not Spider-Man. It's not Spider-Man. I know that one because that
I'm
was
so proud
that
of you.
was I loved that. That was like, man, what's her name that played Mary Jane in that movie? That was like when I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16. Kirsten Dunst. That's who it was, right?
Oh
Isn't that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's right. Yeah.
yeah. She was hot
Oh,
back
dude,
then.
what teenage boy didn't just lose their shit about that movie?
It was a great
I
movie.
I don't know any.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know how we got to this from the board and we got to Kirsten Dunst and Spider-Man, but we did it. All right, what else? Running out of time. Jeff said we had to be done by 10:30.
Okay, we got 10 more minutes. Potato tells me to arbitrarily pick a match, any match after July 1st for the single stack shoot off for our single stack nationals with blackjack and hookers. And then there's a bunch of stuff in here about Swedish people. I think that was all the useful stuff that we had in there. Pan American Extreme in January.
They
You know
just
anything
had the
about
Pan
that?
Am. Well, they just had the Pan Am Extreme. And that's not a yearly match, I don't think. I could be wrong. But I did not think that was a yearly match.
Someone says Pan American Extreme in January.
They just had it in like it was the week after Carry Optics Nationals
Was that
was the
this
Pan Am.
match? Because aren't there two matches that sound like kind of the same? Like one's the Pan Am or one's something else. But they both start with Pan. There's two matches, right?
Uh, Man, I could be wrong on that. I don't know.
I think there is, but we'll have to look into that before we address it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we got time for another question.
Oh yeah.
It's so weird recording this evening. I turned my my crypto miners off so we could record a little better, and it is like it's kind of awkward in here, honestly. Like it feels like I usually have a friend in here and they're not here.
the,
It's really quiet.
that hum that's normally in your head is not
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It is also strangely comfortable in here. I'm not like sweating.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Okay. Okay. If you had the money in your pocket, a big pocket, where would you build a nationals level range 1 hour from a major airport and hotels?
1 hour from a major airport and hotels. Can I say Grand Junction, Colorado?
You can say whatever you want. The question's for you.
It's for me. Like it was
Well,
it was
I mean,
directed to me, or you're just
no,
asking
it's
me.
directed to the podcast, and you're on the podcast.
Oh, in all honesty, like I would probably be looking like if you're just picking random money, like you have the money to build a range anywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
we're saying that you can get the land anywhere. To me, I'm looking for a desert climate because I want the best chance of it being um, arid and dry. Like when you shoot, like I don't want it to be Florida where like you almost know that you're going to get rained on.
Yeah.
So I would tend to pick an arid climate, and that's also going to be more likely to be warm later in the year, right? Like it's
Yeah, you
like
do want that. Yeah.
you want your nationals. To me, you want your nationals to be later in the year, and Ohio in October. Like man, like I feel like that could be hot and muggy, or it could be really freaking cold.
Mm.
So like in all honesty, like this, I don't know if this is I'm not sure how close the Vegas airport, like the St. George, Utah area to me was actually like like absolute ideal place to have nationals.
Hmm.
Like there was stuff to do there. Like it's a beautiful area, but it's in the desert. There has been bad weather year there. There always is like there's always a chance of bad weather no matter what. Like there's nothing that's foolproof. But that place would be
Yeah.
pretty high on my list. Even Vegas, like when I first got in the sport, nationals was in Vegas every year,
Hmm.
and I like that was perfectly fine by me. You got cheap hotels, cheap flights. I mean, we always
Yeah.
drove, but cheap hotels, cheap flights. Um, I, I was good with that. So Vegas would also be a place that I would look pretty hard at. So kind of like that part of the country to me is kind of where I would be looking. And there's probably other locations similar to that that could
Yeah.
be good. Um, Salt Lake City area could be really cool. Utah could be cool. Um, Later in the year, you're getting it could. Is it going to be? Is Salt Lake going to be get cold? It could get a little bit colder than some of those places, but that would be a place I would look at least.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I feel like um I feel like Oklahoma wouldn't be bad.
Dude,
Be
Oklahoma is like one of the worst places.
Why?
The weather's so unpredictable.
I mean, it is, but I don't know, I don't feel like it's that bad. I mean, you don't get rain as often as Florida. I don't care. I'm not really gonna defend it. I just don't think it would be a terrible place. But I feel like ranges that exist right now that could do a decent job might need some work before they could do it. But could do it. Like the Hornady range probably need more bays.
I thought he said you
Um,
had the money to build a bay to build a range. We're not
yeah,
worried
he
about
did.
existing.
He
We're not worried
did,
about
but
existing
like
ranges.
he did say that, but like I don't really know of any place that I think would be better than those two places.
Tulsa. I've never shot a match in Tulsa where the weather wasn't miserable for one reason or another.
Well, I've shot plenty. I mean, the weather's not bad in Tulsa. I don't know why that's the case. Like it's very moderate weather around here. Yes, unpredictable, but I feel like it's very moderate.
Third week of October, what kind of weather am I going to have in Oklahoma?
It's gonna be cool. Yeah, I mean it's
Chance of snow?
you can't nail it down. I don't think you would get snow. It's like, and
Oh yeah,
especially
you
now,
can.
like, you of course you can, but I don't think you would.
A
Like,
year ago in Canyon, Texas, which is further south than Tulsa is, and it's more arid than Tulsa is. Like we had 8 inches of snow in middle October.
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying it can't happen for sure, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's the norm, and I would even say like in the last 5 to 10 years, um, the season seems to have like shifted further to where like the warm weather lasts longer, or our winters come a lot later. It seems. Um, they're more like January to the beginning of April is like when it's really cold. Just what it seems like living here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a specific place I would build a range. I would probably just try to use one of those two. If it were up to me, yeah, that's probably what I would do. And I would take all that
Don't
money and I would just make those ranges awesome.
don't run for the board on that platform.
Yeah. What if I could take that money and instead of building like one super range, I just put it into those ranges and I have 2 super ranges because half the work's already done.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's a
Yeah.
great plan.
Yeah, I'd much rather go to St. George or Vegas than Tulsa or Grand Island, Nebraska.
But you're from like the desert, so it makes sense. Like that's like your lizard people. That's your
My lizard people.
yeah, you're like arid, dry, don't like the
Dude,
water,
the
don't like
climate I live in, the
moisture.
climate you
They're
live in
like
are
they're like
almost the
yes,
same.
they're like yes, give me dust and dirt and tiny shrubs. We love it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's all we're gonna answer. All right. You got anything else, Jeremy, that you want to say to the fine people of the Hit Factor?
No, I mean, it's just like it's the off season. Like we know that, like hopefully you guys have enjoyed at least just a banter about somewhat non-shooting stuff.
No, dude, we talked about shooting like almost the entire time on this one, which
Yeah.
is pretty good for the last few, honestly. But
Oh, that's true. But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying their off season. To John Headland's like that original question that we first asked, like I would say like put the guns down unless you're just like super motivated, like I really want to shoot right now. Put the guns down for at least through the rest of this year. Take a break and get back to it later. Like you're not going to like taking a few weeks off, even 6 or 8 weeks off, like you're not going to retard your progression, like your linear progression of getting better. Like you're not losing that much by taking a break, if that makes sense. In fact, like there's a chance that you will help your progression through that. Like I mean, for me, that was always something I was always worried about. Like, well, if I just take a break, then like I'm just losing 2 months of getting better, and I don't think that's the case. It doesn't take much to get back to where you were. It comes back pretty quick. So there,
yeah,
we
I
put
like
in
that.
some real shooting there.
There you go.
If anybody makes it to the 1 hour and
There you
7
go.
minute mark.
Yeah, he threw in 30 seconds of value right there at the end.
Yeah.
So hope you stayed.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of like Marvel. You got to stay till the end credits.
Oh my god. All right.
Is it busted?
That's all I got.
We fixing to find out.
We finna find out.
Oh, stop recording, damn it.